interviewed by Keith Andrew. He is amazing. I had a wonderful time doing it. I loved chatting with him. And all I can say is, Keith, keep up the good work because you rock. Thanks for having me and giving me your time.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you're watching Season 12, Episode 53, also known as 1,153. All 1,153 episodes are available on YouTube, Facebook. Also, this interview will be shared, as I just said, Facebook, LinkedIn, now available on TikTok, Instagram, all social media. So make sure, if you're watching the Keith Andrew Network, make sure to hit that bell icon, like, share. And that's all that matters. You're supporting the hosts with a disability, and you're supporting our beautiful guests who take the time to share their message and support me. Now, with that being said, she already introduced herself from the introduction. First question I want to talk to you about is icebreakers. Tell our audience a little bit about your background and the type of work that you do.
So I think the best general term to describe me is actress and entertainer. I've done a lot of different entertainment things, everything from on stage to in small TV shows to movies, a whole bunch of different things. Small roles, but everything's a stepping stone. I do also do a full-time TikTok stream as well, because I basically look at things like this. Sometimes it's nice to have an excuse to get through the day and direct yourself, because I can't be the only person in the world that struggles with decision issues. And it's nice to go, oh, okay, so this is the theme of the day, like sea serpent day. That's why I went with the snake theme, or when it comes to food, what should I eat? Raspberries and cream day, a whole bunch of different things. So I kind of stick with reasons to celebrate your day and direct yourself if you don't know what to do, because I think we all kind of get on that point sometime. But other than that, I am an avid animal lover. Cats are my happy place, but all animals are dear to my soul. And I just like to get to know good people. So I appreciate you having me.
No, absolutely. For me, I come across people's profiles and I'm like, okay, well, I like extending my hand in friendship. Obviously, you're one of them. But I'm also like, how can I have a conversation with this person? Okay, are they an actor? Are they, and I talk to my hands, I'm not Italian. First I have it. I know, bad joke.
Okay, I do it too.
Hey, yo, you want to fight about it? Let's fight about it.
I'm walking here. I can't.
But if you're an actor, a writer, or if you're just in the entertainment business, if we're able to have a normal conversation, then I can write questions down and we can have that. A lot of people are like, well, do you have people with disabilities on your show? Yeah, I mean, yes, but they have to be. Are they an actor? Are they a writer? If you say, oh, I don't do any of that.
I'm the same way, though. I really am. And I would like to think that most people kind of go off of vibes, which I guess can be, it's like a catch-22. It's good and bad, because the more that a good energy person obviously is contagious, but so is bad. Like you said, I mean, so it is a catch-22, but I mean, quite honestly, it is a little hard to talk to some people, and it's good to know people a little bit. It really, really is. And I like the unfiltered aspect here.
Right.
Because TikTok's great. I love it, but doing all ages streams, it's like, man, I can't say all the things I really want to. And there's certain aspects of even comedy that I can't do, so it's it's kind of a little bit like a hands tied situation. And especially when you're talking with sensitive subjects like, personal feelings or disabilities, being honest is important. And to have your thoughts minimized and restricted, I don't like that. Like, that kind of makes me sad, because to be able to speak about how you feel is not only cathartic to you, and I'm saying you as a whole, because me too,
Right.
but other people go, oh my God, I'm not alone. Oh, I feel that way. And I think I just kind of wish they'd open their eyes and go, okay, if it's done respectfully, you know how helpful this is to be able to have other people understand you and themselves better. It's really important. So,
No, you're right. We actually had this conversation when I sat down with my dad and my brother today. It's good to talk about because you don't feel like you're crazy because other people see it too. So you see what I'm going through, and
oh yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. But the next one I want to ask you is when you were in college, were you a study nerd or party animal? And we're going to start off with the easy ones. Were you a
Oh,
study nerd or party animal? And what did you major in?
okay. So I majored in arts and communications with a minor in psych. So, because arts and communications was a broad thing, and I know I wanted to go into entertainment. So, and I did do radio and all that stuff. But I also minored in psych just because I found it fascinating. But I was definitely in in college itself, I was a study nerd. But on the weekends, I was a party animal alone. Because I was like, I don't really want to deal with the people on campus. I'd rather because a lot of them were immature and I didn't really want to be around them. So I'd like to think of myself as probably like a 60-40 split. 60% study nerd, and then like 40% on the weekends. I would party a lot. I'd travel far, I'd do whatever, and I'd make it back in the morning. Even if it meant not sleeping, it's okay. But I know that things are kind of done recklessly. And if you're going to enjoy yourself, I kind of feel like enjoy yourself, but don't let your environment own you. So that's why I would rather spend time with people like, honestly, rock stars who understood how to manage real life and obligations, but also have fun. Meanwhile, most of the people around me in college, I'm like, everywhere. They're just kind of hapless. And I'm like, no, I don't want to party stupidly. I want to enjoy myself and get the most out of everything, and also not have my schoolwork go to hell. So, no, you're not going to see me on campus.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. Let me ask you this. Do you like the Family Guide more or do you like Futurama more?
Oh, did you say Family Guy or Family Vibes? What?
Oh, the Family Guide or Futurama?
Oh, that's hard. Oh, that's hard. I love space, so Futurama is near and dear to me. But Family Guy is very, very, very funny.
It is.
So it's like if I could have the hybrid of the space element of Futurama with the comedy style of Family Guy, that would be perfect. So yeah, that's a hard question. I don't know if I can pick, man. It depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. Both shows are awesome.
Yeah, because you mentioned in college, time I mentioned college, it's probably be my new thing I do. If there's an episode with Fry's like, oh, I went to college, go Collegiana, and go Collegiana. I got busted the freaking word. But it's like, yeah, I went to college. Yeah, but everyone knew about 21st century college was an expensive daycare center.
I love it. Oh my God, I love it. And his character's amazing, honestly. Like, it really is. That's what got me into the show. So, yeah. They're pretty great. Animated adult comedy, I love. Like Family Guy, Futurama, American Dad, and obviously Final Space, my end all be all. Yes.
What did you think of the crossovers about? Which one was your favorite? Did you like The Simpsons and Family Guide, or did you like Futurama and Family Guide? I mean, now no, Futurama and The Simpsons. I apologize.
I mean, I will say, I think that I don't think I've ever seen the Futurama Simpsons one. I don't
It's
think I've
really
seen
good.
that one.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I think I must have missed that. I didn't even really know it existed. I thought I heard about it, but I didn't think it was real. I have seen the Futurama, not Futurama, Family Guy and Simpsons crossover, and I absolutely loved it because obviously Simpsons is kind of the beginning,
Right.
and they are the iconic American dysfunctional but lovable family, and then Family Guy comes up and turns up the heat on that. So when you actually put the two, it's like classic and modern, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I really did. I loved it.
And now the last one I want to ask you, then we can go to the hard-hitting ones, is sports. Did you ever do sports growing up? And did you, a lot of people make fun of me for this, but screw them. I like the subject. Did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or are you not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
Okay, so I've never done a human pyramid. I haven't done that before. I don't think I ever really had it come up as an as an opportunity. But in terms of sports, I never did team sports, and the reasoning behind this is I don't want to be the reason a team fails, but I also don't want to fail if I'm the only one putting in effort. So that's why team stuff is sometimes hard for me because, when you're good at something, people always lean into the best of, the smartest person or the best player. And then the weakest ones get either no opportunity or completely just ignored, or they bring down the whole vibe. So it's like both kind of sucks. So I did do long distance running, but I didn't run for a team in school or any of that. I actually got recruited by ironically, the boys track team recruited me for the school and said, you should join our girls team. And I said, no, you know what? That's not going to happen. First off, because, the whole school aspect was hell. That's why I focused on studies. And on top, I'm like, oh, now you want me. But then on top of it, I'm like, really? On top of it, it goes to the point of I was actually making money running. I would come within the top 5 women of every race that I ran. So I made money at that. And you're really not supposed to run for a team because most people either won't allow you to collect prize money or it's really, really frowned upon. So that's why I declined to run for a team. But running has always been near and dear to my heart until my joints kind of were like, hey, we don't like you anymore. My body rebelled against me. So now I'm like, but yeah, other than that, cardio I really loved. But solo cardio. Yeah. The dancing stuff I do, never did for a team either. Just kind of fluff for fun.
I like human pyramids. I'm a loser.
No, they look cool. They look awesome. I've never done that though. And it actually it has never came up as an opportunity. I mean, I will say this though, if I had to be in one, probably be a base member because even though I may not be the strongest, my body may not be, it's a little fragile because my bones are kind of crappy. I'm really good at dealing with pain. So I could hold people up. And if I know other people are counting on me, I want to support them. And then, because I feel like if I had to climb up people, I'd probably feel guilty and be like, oh my God, I hope I didn't hurt you. Did I accidentally pull your hair? Oh my God, did I accidentally step on the small of your back? I would worry too much. Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
Well, if you're ever up for it, I do a lot of video challenges. We can definitely talk about that. But
yeah,
it's really funny. I thought it would be funny while people are like, while you're climbing on top of each other, like, oh, getting a little late, aren't you, honey? Well, you're no cream puff yourself, dear. Like this.
I mean, okay, now that's actually very funny, but wouldn't you be worried if you made someone laugh that
Right.
maybe I'm the only person, but sometimes when I laugh, I get weak. Like I laugh and I lose strength and I'm like, that was actually your fault. You only fell because you made me laugh and then my arm gave out and now you're on the ground. Not so funny now, is it? Probably what would happen. I know my weaknesses.
No, absolutely. So then we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to start off with the coronavirus.
Got it.
We're back from the current quick commercial break or quick transition. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. If you have Apple TV or YouTube, you can watch Disney. As we talked about human pyramids and I'm a loser. But that's a good segue for people who want, make sure you watch Dumbo. It's been 80 years since Dumbo's been around, and Jumble Buck. So those are available on the Disney app or Disney Channel on Apple TV and YouTube. So that being said, are you a fan of Dumbo and Jumble Buck?
Oh my God, I love them. I didn't know it's been that long. That's amazing. Absolutely love them. Dumbo is a beautiful but bittersweet movie. And Jungle Book, I mean, honestly, I always loved Bagheera. Always. Bagheera is beautiful. And I always kind of felt a little bad for Shere Khan. I always felt a little bad. So it's like, oh, but I love them. I love them very much.
I
Yeah.
have to send you this clip, but I you have to look for it, so don't hold me on it. And there's
Okay.
I think it was Family Guy or something, who had made fun of Captain Hook. And they're like, Peter Pan, ha ha ha, I'm here to get you, Captain Hook. Hook? Who's Hook? My name is John. Good God, were you calling me Hook all this time? Because I have a hook for a hand? You son of a
Oh,
bitch. And
oh
it's
my,
really hard. But then they found out he's disabled. It's like, that's not even, my name is John.
yeah.
John,
Call
not
me by my
Hook.
name, man. God.
I never thought about that until I saw that clip. It's like,
Yeah, me neither. I never thought about that either, but it makes sense. It really does. It doesn't define me. Call me by my name.
no, I agree. And to answer your question about when you were running for track, I used to run the mile run. You were a runner, so I bet you can do laps around me. For me, I used to walk. And if I keep, why even run or walk in? This is for people who want to be an athlete. Yeah, but I like the exercise. But the main reason I didn't like track is from Jumble Book when they end up crashing into each other, causing a pile. Be fun to watch, but I didn't want to be the cause of it.
Oh, that makes sense. And I know exactly where you're talking. I can picture the scene in my head and I can hear the sound. I can hear it. But yeah, that's one of the big situations. But that's actually why I loved running, because there's a rule of running where it's keep your head straight. Don't look to the sides of you and don't look behind you. You will slow down or you will trip and fall. So it's kind of cool if it's like stay in your own lane. I like that, but you're right. If someone stops in front of you, you're kind of
Obligated.
yeah, kind of not really in a good situation. Yeah.
So let me ask you, you are an actress and you're a beautiful actress, not kissing your butt. Let's be honest. And I'm not being creepy, even though I'm
I
gonna get
appreciate
feedback on that. But how has the COVID-19 impacted your life? And has it hurt your career or has it gave you opportunities in disguise?
honestly, I believe that everything in life is an opportunity in disguise, but I will say that I truly believe this was because yeah, there were some serendipitous moments in God, oh my Lord, I might have been like 14 years old when somebody first was like, "Hey, can I use your likeness as an inspiration for a comic book, whatever?" And then I got into a local film adaptation, all that, and that was kind of the beginning. But with coronavirus, though, like being forced to be inside, I think was actually really helpful because it gave me a chance to focus on things that I really didn't have a chance to do before. And then on top of it, I know not everybody probably likes this, but I kind of think the electronic auditions are very, very, very helpful. I really do. Um, because sometimes, it's weird in person because sometimes you might see the other person, they might have a bad day. It might, and that could throw you off because like we established earlier in
Right.
this interview, you know, vibes of other people are a very big thing. And there are times where you go to a go see and someone's like not having a really great day and they're the ones who are judging you and you're like, oh crap. Well, now I'm kind of a little thrown off, and even though it's not supposed to naturally happen, you're not supposed to let it show, it does kind of mess with you a little bit. So I do like the electronic aspect. And quite honestly, I don't really want to be around all the germs and I don't like being in crowded rooms. So I really don't have a problem with this. I really don't at all. The only problem with COVID that I had was the fact that like gyms were closed and most of everything was closed unless you wanted to wait hours in line to go get groceries. Yeah.
No, I agree. And then now that's, not discarding all the people who passed away, but,
Yeah.
but a lot of people always talked about, saying, I wish I can work at home, press a button, have something delivered. Now it's like being punched in the face, not actually, but that would be a cool effect. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can still have that effect. So as you go like this, it has a green screen. It's really cool. You're gonna like it.
I love it. Wow.
But on the downside, it's yes, now you got what you wanted. Now you're working from home. But look, and then it's obligated, not preaching to you, it's obligated. You should get vaccinated because that's what the normal thing to do. It's not going to make you Superman. Keeps you out of the hospital. It could be a lot worse without being vaccinated. Not to preach to you. But have you gone to the mall recently? Stores are closing. They said unemployment is down. That's a load of shit. Um, Price increases, inflation. It's like, and they're like, oh, Trump's going to make things. I mean, you can talk about political things if you want. Trump's going to make it better, and everyone's got to make it worse. How do you know that? Do you have a crystal ball or something? Because you really don't know that. But
No,
anyway,
you're totally right about that though, and that is one of the things that kind of irks me about other people that they make these assumptions. And
right.
I mean, honestly, even though like assumptions are one thing, but also believe half of what you see and none of what you hear, because people can be, specifically politicians, but anyone in the world can make promises and then scrap them and throw them in the trash. All you need to do is sound good enough to get a following. After that, you can make nothing but excuses afterwards as to why you didn't want to do it or something fell through. And that's why it's like, yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it.
Absolutely.
Don't tell me, show me.
I sent this video to my mom. I think she still has it, but there's a professor that says, never assume, because when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah, my grandmother said that all the time. My grandmother always said that. That was the first place I heard it, so I know exactly what you're talking about, man. I do.
You're gonna like this one. The next thing I want to talk to you about is song of the day. What song did you listen to today, or it could be yesterday? And what is your favorite music band or group?
Okay, so those are two separate answers. They're not the same. My favorite music band is Ghost. I love them because sorry, I know I answered your questions out of order.
That's fine.
Normally I do things in order, but the thing with Ghost is, first off, they are theatrical, but they're intelligent and they know what they're doing. And they do play devil's advocate in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Those of you who are fans understand. So I love them and their music has power and their shows are amazing. And you can tell that they actually have talent and it's not just, playing a backing track and moving around like an idiot. Now, song of the day, honestly, is probably Dead Ahead by the Stupendium. Now they're kind of like, I don't even know what genre they are, honestly. It's like nerd rock rap. I don't even know, but they're awesome. And because it was Sea Serpent Day, I went with the song Dead Ahead, which is kind of like a dredge song, as it has a sea shanty vibe, but it's all about the ocean, so it kind of really worked out. Yeah, that's why I was listening to that, because it was National Sea Serpent Day today, so I was like, oh, I gotta listen to Dead Ahead.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, for me, well, actually, it kind of fits me because I was listening to it. Think it's a new album. It's by Rush. Its song's called Driven. And I never heard it before. I'm like, this is now my new favorite song.
I have not heard that song, but I love Rush. I really do. Like, Rush is great. Yes, I love that.
If I find the video, I send it to you.
Yeah, please do. I would love to hear that. Yeah, I do love a lot. I'm kind of all over the place. Love a whole bunch of different stuff. Everything from Rush and Supertramp to Amon Amarth and Ghost. So I'm all over the place.
So the last two things I want to talk to you real fast. The last subject I want to talk to you about, and we will definitely do a part two. You're a lot of fun, and there's so many things I want to talk to you about.
You.
The last one I want to talk to you about is social media. How can our fans and listeners follow you on social media, and how has it impacted your career?
So to answer your first question, I always go by MetalMarion on all my socials. And I basically say Mario with an N, Marion. So MetalMarion. And in terms of how it's impacted me, honestly, I mean, every bit helps and everything is a stepping stone, but when it comes to social media, I use it as a backbone and fluff because, my body, like I said, I loved actually doing work and knowing that what I was doing was not only accomplishing goals, but was also in a way physical fitness. Like, I break a sweat. So it kind of kills me inside to be stuck in chairs, but having bone problems. Anyway, it is good to gain that knowledge and let people know that, hey, this is where you can find me. This is what I've been featured in. This is what I'm planning to do. And I will never stop saying that I have that goal of having a cat sanctuary because maybe at some point the right words will fall on the right ears and somebody will say, hey, I've got like a warehouse I can donate to you or, a large building so I can turn it into a cat sanctuary because that is a goal of mine. I've never been after clout. I've never been after popularity contests. As long as my cats are happy and I can serve a purpose, that's all I care about, serving a purpose.
I made up my
So,
mind already. If I win the lottery, I'm going to start my own business and train animals. And maybe we
oh
can
my God,
work.
that's awesome.
Maybe we can work together.
That would be awesome. I mean, if people that have these goals could win the lottery, it'd be great. Because I feel like the people who win the lottery are always like someone who's already rich or is like, a doctor or a surgeon. It's like, look, you're doing a great things for society, but I know you're making a lot of money. It's like there could be other people that need it, but I appreciate at least you're doing something good. But I'm like, I don't need an astrophysicist to win the lottery. You've already got money, guys.
No, I agree. Now, there's a couple minutes left, and we're going to go over because I like you, and I'm not. Anyway, oh, you did your flirting was her. Yes, I give her extra time. Hey, go blow it out of your ass. If I like someone, I give them extra time. But I want you to be brutally honest. I have no cards on my sleeve. When I first approached you, to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? And actually, there's usually free, but I'm gonna add one. When I first messaged you and shared my story, what was your first reaction? Did you think it was real? Did you think it was kind of, guilt tripping?
No, I didn't think it was guilt tripping at all. But you never know whether something's real or not. About like, does this person actually, are they serious? Do they actually say what they mean? Because in the form of internet, you always have to be a little cautious
Right.
because sometimes, and I do feel like this needs said, people don't understand that there's certain topics that shouldn't be. You just don't fuck with. You don't mess with certain topics. You just don't do it. And it makes me nervous about that. And there's a lot of scams as well. And one of them does deal with social media. And anybody who watches this, do not call a number that's labeled as Meta
Right.
for Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I promise you, they are not real. This is something that I personally had encountered, and I reported them to the FBI and like a whole bunch of things because I'm like, this is not okay. You're impersonating a massive thing. So that's why I'm always a little skeptical. But once I got to talk to you more, I was like, oh, okay, this guy actually has a show he does. He's not joking. He's not trying to garner information and scam people. Like he actually has a point and he cares. So I love that about you, and thank you for being real. Because look, I always approach with caution. I always approach with caution, but once I realize someone is legit, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine with it. So thank you for being real and not yanking my chain and jerking me around.
No, you're right. And my brother had said recently, never give anyone your phone number, especially for and I stand by this, and also in a way I kind of get, you're your own worst enemy. I'm against AI because there's this white guy talking at the top of the screen and Morgan Freeman on the bottom, and has the white guys talking, not to sound racist or anything, I'm not, but as the white guys talking, Morgan Freeman is talking, but that's not Morgan Freeman. That should be illegal to
Mm-hmm.
anyone. If you're impersonating me, you, a celebrity, you have no right to look like. I mean, you want to dress up and whatever, that's fine. But if you're making, say, that's 100% Morgan Freeman, and he's against, I don't know, Black Lives Matter or some crazy shit like that. And then it's like, Morgan Freeman, did you really say that? That should be a federal offense because you're impersonating a celebrity. But if you are like someone like me who can't read and write, and you want something to be read to you, or you want to write something that is kind of original, then okay, that's okay in a way. Now I'm saying okay, it's all right, but any video of you're taking me or you and saying something that we didn't mean, you should be paying like a felony against that because that's really
Mm-hmm.
it's just disgusting.
I could not agree with you more. And I know I don't want to I don't know your time schedule, but I do just want to say this. The AI thing has gotten out of control. And this
It
is why
did.
I'm afraid, because you don't know who is saying what, you don't know what is real. And there's actually been a bunch of people, both in schools, politics, all over, where there were viral videos where somebody edited using AI someone's image and voice and made it sound like they were saying really hateful, malicious, bad things. And it's like, you can't drag someone's whole nature through the mud just for your, kicks and giggles. Like, no, 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 no. That's not okay. So I agree with you that, I mean, I think that, law enforcement's going to really have to up their game on trying to find out not only scammers, by the way, because there's a whole bunch of people that target old people as well.
Right.
And I've had grandparents when they were alive get targeted by scammers. And also my mother, while she was alive, had someone like garner her information into a PayPal account. And I'm like, okay, so a cancer patient in the hospital, you're okay with stealing thousands of dollars from? Wow. Oh my God. I hope you get found. I hope you have the day you deserve, lady. Because it was a woman who did this. So yeah. But I agree. I mean, law enforcement needs to get up to date on a few things.
Yeah, absolutely.
For
This
our
is
safety.
this is a special episode, so it's got to be longer than the other ones. But my last two questions I want to ask you: how do you feel now? And for people who are hesitant about being on my show, what would you say? And if it cuts us off, I will send you a new link.
Oh, okay, got it. So honestly, give it a try, because if you don't know, there's no harm in trying. And this guy is awesome. Keith Andrew actually cares and talks about topics that I know we all want to talk about, but certain mediums may not be the best places. So this is perfect. Talk to him, hear what he has to say. His questions are great, they're thought provoking, and I think they're actually something a lot of people can relate to when they hear them.
Absolutely. Wrapping up, our goal is to reach 500 or more views. This will be shared on all social media. Stay tuned for part two. Until we meet again, I catch you later. Thank you, and have a good night.
Supporting me, and my message is all that